Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and today's session we will be completing the remaining part, that is the last part of diazonium salts, that is we are considering chemical properties, right? Chemical properties we will be talking about, and the chemical properties of the diazonium salts are studied under two headings. This was the aryl diazonium salt, right? So the first heading is under which we study reactions which are involving displacement of nitrogen. That means this nitrogen is evolved in such reactions. Okay, so if nitrogen is evolved in this heading, you have a certain set of the experiment that chemical reactions that we are discussing. Now one thing is, the diazonium group is a very good leaving group. This part is a good leaving group. So this can be replaced by chloride, bromide, cyanide, iodide, hydroxide. So those reactions we are studying first. So these three separate I have written, and these two. Let me explain what exactly this is. So the first what we are discussing is replacement of this diazo part by chloride or bromide or cyanide. So we are discussing this part, right? So in the first go, suppose you treat this aryl diazonium halide with not necessary halide, it is diazonium salt. In fact, if you make it react with CuCN, CuCl, this is Cl, right? Cyanide I have written down. So CuCl HCl or CuBr HBr or CuCN HCN. You are noticing one thing. If you took chloride here, it is chloride. Bromide with bromide. Cyanide with cyanide. So what you will be getting? You will have this part retained. You will have Ar here. Right. This diazo part, this whole part will be replaced by Cl. Plus nitrogen will be evolved. It's very simple to write down. This is with Br. So what product you will write? It is Ar with Br plus nitrogen. If it is with cyanide, you will write Ar with cyanide and nitrogen. Now in case you are asked to convert the diazonium salts into say chlorobenzene, bromobenzene, and this with cyanide, cyanobenzene, so it's very easy. You can carry out this reaction. Okay, so the first set which I have written here, this is an important name reaction. The name of this reaction is Sandmeyer's reaction. It is Sandmeyer's reaction. It's an important conversion, very important in the reactions. Otherwise, in the name reaction also it can be asked. Now, if we want that Cl and Br can be just introduced by taking copper powder with HCl, copper powder with HBr, even then you can have. You will get a similar product. We are treating with that Cl, so you will get Cl. Plus nitrogen also will be there, but with this copper you will also get one salt with this halogen, this X part. So whatever you take, accordingly you will get this X. This is not halogen, again I'm telling, it can be BF4, it can be H, that we have discussed earlier. It is Ar, Br plus nitrogen plus CuX. Right, and the last two which I have discussed here, it is also a name reaction. It is Gattermann reaction. Don't get confused with Gattermann-Koch reaction. That is for aldehyde. This is Gattermann reaction. So if the diazo part is to be replaced by chloride, bromide, cyanide, you can do it either by carrying out Sandmeyer's reaction or by carrying out Gattermann reaction. Okay till here? Though we say that the Sandmeyer's reaction gives a better yield than Gattermann. So that is a normal thing we use in the conversion. Now we move on to the next one. In case you want to replace this diazo part by iodide, you will carry out with this. If you want to do it with fluoride, you will use this. These two are to be, this part is to be replaced by H. Though I'll be writing down the equation, I'm just briefing it. So in case we want this to be replaced by OH, we'll be using this one and with nitro. So what all we have discussed, you can replace this diazo part, this whole thing part, either by chloride, bromide, cyanide, which I told you previously, or with iodide, fluoride, H, OH and nitro. So these three are little different that I'll be discussing though. The first one, say this part you are, making this react with Ki. Still we are continuing with the replacement. This is to be displaced out. This N2 should go away. In all, N2 will go away. This whole part will go away. So what we'll get here, you will get iodide. Means this whole part will be replaced by iodide. Plus, what else will be there? One we know is N2. That has to be formed. This is displaced out. Now what else? This K and this Cl will form one product. So you will get this also as one of the product. Now, what about the next one? HbF4. Suppose we are making this, react with fluoroboric acid. This is fluoroboric acid. So what will happen? The first go is that this part will replace the Cl minus. This BF4 part will replace Cl minus. So what you will get? Ar, you will have N2 and BF4. This already we discussed, will be plus, this will be minus. Now, whatever product you got is now to be heated. Now, when you are heating it, it's little clear only, just check it. One Ar with one of this F will form ARF, plus nitrogen has to be evolved. If you remove one fluorine from here, what is left over? BF3. So this is what we were expecting. We were getting, I said here, this part will be replaced by F. We got it. If you want to replace this by I, we will get it. This is I. Okay. Right. Now, the next one. This is hypophosphorus acid. Hypophosphorus acid. And this is alcohol. I have written for both H. Why? Because both these will form a similar product. What basically you are getting is same, but the side products will be different. This whole part will be replaced by H. So what are you getting here? ARH. ARH is nothing but benzene. Let me write with the other color. You will get benzene. This is benzene. If you want this whole thing to go away and you want to get benzene, you can use it. So then further what happens is, benzene is there, plus nitrogen has to be evolved as one of the product. And then one Cl also did not come out, so one HCl will be there, and this H3PO2 hypophosphorus acid will get oxidized. You will get H3PO3, a higher oxidation state you are getting. From here if you check phosphorus, here oxidation state has increased. In case you are using alcohol, one product will be same, benzene, second product will be same, nitrogen, third product will be same, that is HCl. Only thing is, here we took this as, one of the agent. Here you are using ethyl alcohol. Right? So now ethyl alcohol will get oxidized. What is the oxidized product of alcohol? Aldehyde. You will get aldehyde. This is a very, very important reaction when we will be discussing about the conversions. That time you will realize. Very important reaction. Next one. This is with water. Actually, this is with warm water. You have to heat it because the diazonium salt is very stable. It cannot, undergo hydrolysis easily. Though with warm water, this whole part will come out and you will get AROH. Now, what is AROH? Phenol. This is phenol. You will get phenol as the product. Plus, of course, N2 has to be there, and this Cl and H will form HCl. So it's easy to learn. You just make a tabular column like this chart you make and then learn these reactions. Then it is easy. The next one is nitro. I just wrote one part of it. This already we discussed that if we are using HbF4, what are you getting? You are getting ArN2BF4. Right? Then this thing is to be further treated with NaNO2 in the presence of copper. Right? In the presence of copper and NaNO2, this thing is to be heated. When it is heated, what you get is this aryl part I have written just in the form of a ring. You will get here nitro plus N2 has to be there. Apart from that, this part with the Na, you will get one salt. You will get NaBF4. So retaining the products is not that difficult. This with the NO2 will form the nitro, N2 has to be evolved out, BF4 with Na will form NaBF4. So what all conversions we have studied? You can replace this whole thing by Cl, you can replace with Br, you can replace with Cn, you can replace with iodide, fluoride, convert to hydrocarbon, that is benzene, convert this to phenol by using warm water, or this if to be converted to the nitro compound, you can use this particular reaction. Now, the second part, the second set of the reactions which we have for the diazo is the retention of the diazo group. This particular reaction is called as coupling reaction. Means the N2 will not be evolved in this case. Okay. Now we will be focusing upon this type of the reactions. Let us see. Yeah, this is also quite important reaction. You get azo dyes in it. Okay, let me write down. You have only two reactions in this category. This is diazonium halide I have written. It is minus. Which nitrogen will have positive? This one. Not the adjacent one to nitrogen, to Cl. This one will have positive. Now, this is to be treated with either phenol or with aniline. You will get both. Actually, with both you have that diazo dye being formed. Okay, so let me write down first with phenol. This is phenol. That phenol ka this part of H I am writing separately. Yeah, the reaction is carried out in the presence of the base. I am writing down because that place will not be sufficient. So what you will be getting here? You can just see this Cl and this H. You will remove. You will remove, right? And what you are getting, you can just combine them together. So you will be getting the product as this ring, right? I am just copying the whole thing down now. This is N, a triple bond, N. This nitrogen will be now attached to this ring directly. You will attach it directly to the ring and you will have here OH. Okay. Plus of course that HCl will be there. That HCl will be reacting with that OH base part and form the product. But main we are focusing upon this. And this is orange color dye. This is orange color dye. Now what will be the name for that? You check with reference to this. It is para position OH. So what will be the name? Para. On the para position there is OH. OH means hydroxy. So it is para hydroxy and azobenzene. Para hydroxy azobenzene. That is the name of the product. It is orange colored dye. Okay, you can also use this as a distinguish between test. If some aromatic amines, primary aromatic amines are to be, distinguished with something else, then primary aromatic amine, first you will convert to diazonium salt. Diazonium salt, you will make it react with phenol. You will get the orange colored dye. Now, one more such reaction you have, that is with aniline. That means this part is same, what we wrote earlier. Triple bond here, NCl, this is minus, this is plus. Now instead of using phenol, we are using now aniline. That means C6H5NH2. This H I am writing separately. This is to be treated with the base, right? So again the same thing. You will remove this HN1Cl. HNCl will be removed. So what will be the product? You can just, you have to copy and this you have to cut and paste it there. That's it. So the product is something like this. You will have a ring here. You will have here N, a triple bond. This is positive. This now N is attached to the ring of aniline. This is there. And what you are getting here is the dye. What is the color of this dye? It is yellow color dye. The name is somewhat similar. Instead of hydroxy, now you will have amino. Para position you have amino. So the name is para amino azobenzene. It is orange color dye. Fine. So with this we have concluded diazonium salts also. The complete amine chapter is over. So now I'll be posting the separate videos on distinguish between tests separately for aldehyde, ketones, acids, phenol. I mean different functional groups. How do you distinguish between? So those type of videos I'll be posting. So please stay tuned and like, subscribe my channel, comment in the section and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching.